Mhm, 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 mhm. Hello, everybody. Hi. Happy Sunday. I think I have my camera flipped up. I need to move this down a little bit so you can see the cards better. All right. Yeah, that works much better. All right. Happy Sunday, Sunday. Today, January 15th, one of my sister's birthdays. Shri, hello. VRG, hello. We have YouTube and Instagram going. So feel free to pop in, say hello, say where you are, either geographically or mentally, spiritually, or what room in your house you are. I don't know. Kathy, hello. YouTube, I'm not sure who's here unless you put something in the chat, but hello. Hey, Carolyn. Mia, hello, hello. All right, let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. So I know today is, well, I shouldn't say I know. I believed today is a football day in the US. Um, Not really sure, but I think Sunday is a football day. So thanks for being here. Bloomington, hello. Thank you so much, Shri. Thank you. Lots of love to you too. Thank you. I hope all is going well for you. Okay, let's get rolling. So this we start the reading. So for those of you who are new, we start the reading with general messages for this week ahead. And that's going to be January 16 through January 22. And then after I pull those cards, if you all have a question or a request, you can put that in the chat and I will pull cards for you. So today I'm using Archangel Power Tarot. And I was guided to use this deck because when I sent out my newsletter this morning, it was really about the power that we have as, as individuals to impact the collective. And like to own that power and to um, just to live with it and to recognize that every action that we have, um, there is a reaction, and maybe we see it, maybe we don't. But to be mindful of that and just trust that our purpose here is real, and we're not sort of just passive people. Oh yeah, I got dumped on this planet for this lifetime. No, it's much more important than that. So, hey, Laurie. Kathy, oh, Kathy's jumping over to YouTube. All right, here we go. So I've got cards for Monday, Tuesday. I'll have a card for Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday. This is a big deck. Wednesday, Thursday. And then, a card for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's see what we've got. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What do we need to know and do for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Mhm. No? Mhm. There we go. Okay. A little sleepy, are you? Okay. So let's get Monday, Tuesday. For Monday, Tuesday, we start out with two of Gabrielle. So in this deck, which is all archangels, Gabrielle is wands, if you're familiar with traditional tarot. So two of wands, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So stepping into the week, what is it? Wands is our personal power, right? And I was just talking about the power that we have, like owning your power. But it's also about how we move out in the world, like, what's driving us? What is that? It's our connection to spirituality. Like, what is that? And so connecting with others, and whether it's one particular person or others, making two, you and others, and putting together what it is that you want, like finding those who share your your visions, not necessarily beliefs, but visions. And I did post a thing in my stories, by the way, on Instagram, that's talking about, um, letting people be where they are, but finding the people who resonate with you as you are discovering new things. And so, in the Two of Wands, it's really making sure that you are surrounding yourself with those that can help you move forward what it is that you want. Does that make sense? That's Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, we have two cards, and it's big time energy. Oh, wow. We have the Six of the Lovers and we have the Seven of the Chariot. Wow. So in the Lovers, it's Archangel Raphael, who in traditional tarot is, blessing the union of the lovers. And this says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So the Lovers is about love and choice. It's about learning how to make decisions, as it says, from your heart. And that is because it's coming from a place of love of self. And if you cannot love yourself enough to make decisions which resonate with that, then what you put out there, that's where you hit the brick walls. That's where when you're doing stuff, it just isn't returning back the energy that you would like it to have. And it's because it's really not resonating, it's not your soul calling. So in the Lovers, we're learning to really make those choices and make them from a different place. And then the Chariot, which is Archangel Metatron, number 7. So they're following here. This says determination and self control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. The thing with these showing up in Wednesday, Thursday to me is that we're seeking out Monday, Tuesday, we're seeking out those that can uh, be with us as we move forward, as what it is that we see for ourselves. We can align ourselves with the people that can help us and support us getting there. And then we made that choice, right? We made that choice because perhaps it's leaving behind some people. It's not that you're cutting them out. It's not that they weren't important in your life. Nothing like that. It's just that you're bringing in more to support your journey forward. And that's where this Lovers, because you're having to make that choice. But because of learning to do that, then the Chariot comes in and says, I've learned how to do that. And now I can move that stuff forward. But prior to that choice of coming from self-love, things weren't really moving. I hope that makes sense. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have Five of Michael. So Five of Michael is swords in this deck, and swords are our our lower mind thinking, right? Our intellect, our our conversations, our words, our communications. That's swords, our thoughts. So Five of Michael, this says this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, again, looking at the middle of the week of really making that choice from a good place and letting things move forward. Part of letting things move forward is leaving some things behind, right? I mean, just think of the silliness of that example. You're sitting in a car driving forward, but what's happening? Everything else is behind, right? And so that's the energy of the middle of the week. And what it does is it allows you to make this choice of what is not serving you and leaving that behind. Okay, does that make sense? So that's what I have for this week. It's sort of it's a little bit of a big energy reading here in the sense of really making good choices, but choices that maybe we're not accustomed to making choices a little bit differently than we have in the past. And then as a result of those, really watching things start to pick up momentum and go, and then keeping that faith, keeping that commitment to those choices, keeping that so that what doesn't serve, what isn't going to support, can naturally fall off. And it's okay. We send it with love, right? We needed it. It's how we got here. Okay, so that is what I have for the weekly reading. I have some card decks on the table, and I am happy to pull cards for a couple of questions and requests. If you have any, you can. Hey, Kimbo or Kimbons. Thanks for joining. VRG, thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, I hope that made sense for you. Over on YouTube, I see some things going on over here. Thank you. Hitting the like button. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button. On Instagram, please do send some hearts and share this with someone else. But hello, Kim. Okay, so we've got a question here on Instagram, and we have a comment on YouTube. So YouTube, very nice, and midweek's cards is a topic of conversation in our home this week. Interesting. Yeah, it's about making choices very differently. Okay, let me see what I have here. I have Mia. Would love a card related to relationships. I've been out. Wait a minute. I've been out of a year-long relationship and slowly getting back into the dating experience, feeling uncertain and just curious what energy comes up. Okay. Mia on relationships. Kim, I see you. Shri, I see you. Kathy, great cards. Yes. Powerful cards, I think. Like we can either go with it or we can retreat. That's the message here. Okay. So let's get for Mia. So she's uncertain, just curious what energy comes up about relationships. So for Mia, energy about relationships. I let me see something here. Let me have a card for Mia on energy about relationships. Mm-hmm. Card for Mia. Well, that's interesting. And then I also want to pull one here from Sacred Traveler. Good, I can laugh. Okay, Mia, what came out of the deck of Power of Surrender are two cards. Surrender stubbornness, surrender comparisons with other people. So surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So power word showing up here again. Here you go, YouTube. But let me see what's here on Sacred Traveler, and let's put this together. And it's valiant courage. Take action with passion. Oh, I just really like this combination for you. I really do. So surrender stubbornness. So it's sort of like, the rigidity in terms of what relationships look like, what do I need to have, what does the timing need to have, or just general impressions about being in relationships. Letting that go and surrender comparisons with other people. The piece that I really like is keep your eyes trained on yourself. So letting go of all of the beliefs and perceptions and perhaps past experiences and comparisons to that. A relationship that isn't like this, a relationship that is like that, a relationship that won't do this. All of that stuff has to go. It just has to be eradicated from the mind, the heart, the habit, and the valiant courage to do that. Like, you really need the courage. Coming back to that lover's card, you really need that choice of self first. And truly, like if this says, keeping your eyes trained on yourself without without thinking about how anyone else is going to play into it. And that's going to take a lot of courage because that's really vulnerable and it's unpredictable. Because if we surrender that stuff, we're no longer controlling, we're no longer driving, when this is going to happen and when I'm available and when I'm not. There's a lot of control there. And this is saying, like, no, it's going to all drive right from here. Oh, goodness gracious. That was good. Okay. Kim, you would love a card. Yes. Shri, love a card. Yes. VRG, we have solar flares. I'll take that. Okay, let's get a card here for Kim. And then we're coming over here to YouTube and Shri. Okay, a card for Kim. Kim, I am going to Signs of the Times. It's a very trippy little deck. Mia, thank you, Noel. Cards resonate really well. You are welcome. I really liked that for you. It felt right. Yeah, that felt right. And look at the passion. The plume on the rider's hat is very much like the plume in the Fool of Tarot. Just taking that leap of faith with courage. That's nice. Okay, Corey. Okay, let's get a card here for Kim. A card for Kim. Oh, right here. Okay. Kim, we have mirror, reflection. Here you go, YouTube. I love the graphics on this card deck. So Kim, mirror reflection. So what do you see? What do you see when you look back at yourself? And what are you telling yourself about what you see? And paying attention to that. And maybe even looking in the mirror and changing what you tell yourself. Good, bad, or indifferent. But maybe there's something that needs to be shifting. I'm not going to say maybe because the middle of this week we have the Lovers and the Chariot. There's a lot that needs to be shifting. So just in terms of you moving forward, just in terms of you getting through this week, it's not even about, big, huge life change necessarily, but there's some perceptions that need to be fine-tuned and adjusted. And so taking a look at that and seeing what you're putting out, really looking at that, what are you putting out, and being mindful of that and making any adjustments you need to make. Okay. We came over here to Laurie, then back over here to Shri. Then I see Ingrid and Corey. Okay. Okay. Let's get Laurie. Love a card for our family for this week and beyond. Okay. A card for Laurie for the family. I am inclined. A card for Laurie and the family. I think it's Sacred Traveler also. I think that's where I have to go. Sacred Traveler for Laurie and family as well. And it's right here. Oh gosh, I swear this came up for you before. It's weird sometimes the things I can remember. Can't really remember too much about yesterday, but Kimbo, thank you. Yes, definitely looking inside and healing the outside. Much appreciated. You are welcome. And the healing on the inside is what makes the outside, right? It's it's the outside is just the shell. So it's the healing the inside for sure. Okay, Laurie, your card for you and family is breaking trail. I swear that came out for you. A breakthrough is at hand. And so you're talking about conversations with the family. You're talking about these types of discussions. Well, the middle of the week, the lovers in the chariot is like huge, huge energy, huge shifting, big stuff. And so breakthrough is at hand. Breaking trail is like, yes, going in a new direction, seeing things differently. If you turn and you break trail, here's the trail, we know what's ahead, but if we turn another direction, then we see things very differently, right? Everything is different. And we've got to cut down the weeds to see what's beyond. We've got to do the work. I mean, the work is breaking the trail, right? Breaking the trail is opening up. Breaking the trail is having the discussions. Breaking the trail is letting go of insult and injury and uh, you know habits and well, this is the relationship we've always had, so if I don't keep that dynamic, something's going to happen to that relation, so I better keep that dynamic. It's breaking all that stuff down, and that's where this beautiful gold wheat resides. That was good, if I must say so myself. Okay, Shri is looking for a card here. Where are you, Shri? Looks like a general card. Okay. General card for Shri. Then I'll pop over here to Ingrid and then back over here to Corey. So a card for Shri. Shri, I am oops, I keep hitting that. Honest to goodness, if any of you are located in my neighborhood and are excellent at setting up lighting and all of this stuff, I'd be glad to have you come over and do that for me. I am such a disaster in that regard. Okay, Laurie, thank you. Very right on and beautiful. You are welcome. Yeah, that is like, that just felt really good. All these cards feel good. Okay, let's get a card for Shri from Inner Glow. What does Shri need to know and do? Shri, interesting. This is a powerful card. Victim. Very powerful energy on this card. Very powerful image too. So maybe paying attention to how you might put yourself in a position of things happening to you. Whether that is making choices that put you in a passive role, or whether it is how you share your experience and story. Be careful with those words. I mean, we're going back to the lovers. I cannot stop going back to these two cards. The lovers is love and choice, so how do you position yourself? And do you take that role where you let things happen to you and you just absorb it all and just think, well, that just must be the way it is, versus stand in your own power, and as things come through, you make the choice of how it is you want to internalize that experience. I think that is your message. Yes, the choice. How do you want to internalize that experience? Thank you. Okay. Okay, coming over here to Ingrid. Let's see. I see Ingrid. The step forward to where we want to go is much harder than the step back to where we were. Oh, for sure, isn't it? That's a good one. Yeah. Yes. Like Mia's card, you know, giving all that up, surrendering. That is the hard part. Yeah, that's great. Okay, Ingrid, could you give me some insight on what is going on with my spouse? Uh, what is going on with your spouse? What I'm going to do is, Ingrid, I'm going to pull, let's see here. Okay. Okay. If only I had like that little bubble up here that you could see my thoughts as things go on. Probably a little scary. Okay, Ingrid, I have 3 cards for you. You, your spouse, the relationship. You, the card that came out is the 8 of Swords. And that we were just talking about in terms of Shri, victim. We often call this the victim card. And what this is putting ourselves in this position where we feel like we don't have control, where we have to just be at the mercy of anything that happens around us. So, asking yourself in terms of what's going on with your spouse, the question is coming back to what's going on with you. How are you perceiving whatever is happening with your spouse? I don't know what's happening with your spouse, but how are you seeing that? How are you perceiving that? And is it real? Right? Is it sort of the way your mind is taking you? And then the card for your spouse is the Empress. I love this card. So that's a major arcana card. I mean, that's really about making things happen, about being so comfortable in a position that no matter what you put out there, you just trust that it's going to flourish and come back to you. So, what is happening here? It's as if your spouse maybe has one outlook and maybe you have another. Let's see, the relationship is the Page of Swords. So the swords is the page is where we go when we're needing to learn something. Sometimes it's relearning something. The swords, that's going back to your 8 of Swords. The swords is all of this thinking stuff. It's not about the heart, really. It's about the mind. And so it's as if this relationship needs a new set of eyes and a new way to be spoken about and a new way um, to be spoken to each other, that there's some learning that has to happen. So maybe one of you have shifted. Maybe it's just a place where you are right now, where one is feeling this and the other's feeling this, and that's why it feels off kilter. So there's a place of needing to come back to like ground zero, coming back to the pages like the young kid who knows nothing, right? Well, obviously you have a spouse, you have a lot of experience, but it's coming back to maybe looking at the relationship from scratch. And where are we really on this track? That's what I've got. Okay. Corey, hope you've been well. Thank you very much. Please, can I have a card for 2023? Ooh, one card for 2023? Ooh, let's see what happens. That's a tall order. I've got Neo Tarot in mind for you. Okay. Hey, Sunny Girl. And Roz, I think it is, or Rose. Okay. Let's get Corey here. Let's get this 2023 right here sticking out. 5 of Swords. Gosh, lots of swords coming up. What is going on in our brains, everybody? And 5 of Swords shows up here on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the general reading as well. So what what are you stepping into 2023 with, uh, in your thoughts, in your beliefs, in your what have you told yourself about 2023? What's the message you're giving yourself? Oh, this year I'm not going to do this, or this year I'm going to do this. And where is that coming from? So I think it's really going to be this. Yeah. So this is really going to be keep checking back with what your motivations are, because the five is related to the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is where it's where we learn a lot. It's where we get our foundations of life. It's where we're schooled and parented and counseled, and we are given these things, and it gives us a foundation. That's the five. And then the six is the lovers, where then we start to make decisions on our own, right? But we start with that base. And so the five of swords going into 2023 is keep going back to asking yourself, where is this coming from? Where is it coming from? Is it coming from conditioning, or is it really coming from me deep inside my real heart? So that's what I have there. Like it's going to be just keep asking you to ask that question. Oh, that's good too. Okay. Let's see. Shri, that's a strong message. And this what I'm trying to do. Thank you for guiding me. You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, that's a really strong message. I would agree with you, but it's a really helpful one. And if you take the other cards on the table and put it all together, it makes a lot of sense. Corey, thank you. Very fitting. Right on. Cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's come over here to Roz. I think I'm saying it right, Roz. Kathy, love breaking the trail. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Roz, a card in love. I would love a card in love. Okay. Sunny Girl. Hey, Sunny Girl. A new subscriber. Thank you. Yes, subscribe, please, on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. I would love it. Hola, Cecilia. Okay, and Sunny Girl, if you have a question, you can put it in the chat. And if you did, I'll get to that right after I get this card here for Roz. Would love a card in love. What is the card in love? Ask your angels. Ask your angels. So, in terms of your card in love, I mean, I think this message is really about going inside, like getting your answer inside. So, whether that's meditation or just sort of disconnecting, some of the cards we had on the table before, which are great, surrender comparisons with other people, surrender stubbornness. It's like getting out of, mirror reflection, getting out of all of that external stuff and going and listening to your heart and listening to your guides. That's where the question that you have about love is going to come from. That's where it's going to feel. It's got to it's going to, it's stewing in here, and it's something you're really going to feel, but you got to take some time and do it. Okay. Let's see, Laurie. At some point in a relationship, one partner changes the rules and forgets to tell the other partner. Well, hot diggity dog, doesn't that happen? Okay, Ingrid, I agree with you. A new path needs to be learned. I'm sporting a black eye today, and I'm really broken by this 18 years into it. Okay, I am very sorry to hear that. Yeah. I send you a lot of strength, Ingrid. Roz, you are welcome. Yeah, it's a simple message, isn't it? Ask your angels. It's a simple message, but it's the piece that sometimes it's the hardest for us to do, because we're oftentimes just always looking out. Sort of going back to the card for Corey, and that Five of Swords is asking for your motivation. What is it? What really is it? Okay. I think that's all we have for today. So thank you, everybody, for new subscribers, new joiners. Thank you for being here. If you'll thumbs up it and give it some hearts, I would appreciate it. Share this reading with other folks, share my channel with them, tag a friend. That would be really great. And I am offering too a 2023 bundle of 12 readings. So you can get one every month for 2023. And it's your reading, your personal reading. It'll be a video and it gets sent to you with an unlisted link. And you get to watch your video whenever you want to watch it and as many times as you want to watch it, whenever you're ready. So if you're a subscriber of my newsletter, it's in the newsletter. And if you're not a subscriber, you can message me on Instagram or in YouTube down below. You'll have my contact information and I'll send you all the details. But it's a really good deal, actually. And I'm very excited about it. Okay, everybody, wishing you a fantastic week. Huge energy in the middle of the week. So really embrace it and just take a big breath, a huge inhale, an enormous exhale. Let things be, and it will become very clear what needs to happen next. It's really good. All right. Thanks, everyone. Again, thank you for being here. Sending you lots of love, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Ciao. You too.